And now Nigel Franklin and Anthony Edwards join us with a commentary on campus life.
How are you doing this evening? My name is Nigel Franklin.
I'm Anthony Edwards.
And today we're just going to sort of discuss some of the things that, have been going on around campus and sort of just give our take on it. So let me start off. Tell them a little bit about yourself, Anthony.
Well, my name is Anthony Edwards. I go to American University. I'm a junior in the Kogod School of Business. And it's been a pretty great 2 years so far. Really looking at finishing up my junior year. It's been a killer so far, but, what about yourself?
Let's see. I'm a military brat. Lived all over. Graduated high school in Spain. Well, actually, Spain and Puerto Rico. I did both. And came here because started out as a SPA major and ended up switching up. I'm in communications now. And I like it. It's a good city, and there's a lot of different things to offer here with the curriculum. So, I'm pretty pleased with the education I'm getting right now.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you like about AU? I guess.
Mostly when I came to school, it was mostly about the location. I was looking at a few schools in the southeast region. The furthest north I would go is DC because I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. It's
A-Town.
A-Town down. Yeah. But yeah, it's a real good location. It's close to everything, and the business school is spectacular. That's the main reason I came here. I really have faith in Kogod. So, it's a great school, great place to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. So, anything in particular? What about AU would you like to see change, or you could see being improved?
Yeah, you said that the first thing that came to my mind was the potato bar.
The potato bar?
Absolutely. I think some people like it, but in TDR, in my opinion, the potato bar is something that needs improvement. It seems like such a, no offense to the workers at TDR, I know they do a great job, but it seems like a lazy thing to do. It seems like kind of an afterthought. If they run out of food sometimes, might say, hey, the firewalk worker didn't show up today. Let's put some potatoes out there. Put some potatoes, sour cream, cheese, bacon, whatever. Some people really like it. I know people that really like it, but it kind of grinds my gears. So.
It's a pretty easy thing to do.
It really is. Wrap some potatoes up in tinfoil, or not even, put them in the oven for a couple minutes.
Exactly.
Got a potato bar. What about you, man? What about the campus don't you like?
What about, okay, for the most part, I'm pretty pleased, but, one thing that I think would make a lot more sense would be, for instance, with Eagle Bucks, we have money that's allotted, for printing. I could bring a printer to school, but I can't bring a washer and a dryer to school. You know what I'm saying? So I think it would be a good idea if maybe that money was designated for, a washer and dryer. That's, to all the senators out there, you can work on that for me.
Yeah, that's a great idea because I know that coming to this school, I had the luxury of having a washer and dryer in my home and a printer in my home as well. I can go without a printer. I could also bring one here, but a washer and dryer I can't bring. It's just one of those ridiculous things they have.
You could try washing it yourself in
the lounge.
Yeah, and we got the new soap.
Oh yeah.
How about that?
Props to the new soap. New soap dispensers, the foamy stuff. It's wonderful.
What about the paper?
Yo, the paper towel machines are hard to use though. I pull one out and it...
A little bit too thin.
Yeah, I pull one out and sometimes it's hard to pull out, sometimes it's too easy to pull out, and I pull 3 out. Sometimes I pull 1 out and it just doesn't come out anymore.
But anyway.
The campus has its perks and its quirks, so, I really like my year so far here, and I think that, with all the problems it has, there's a bunch more positives to look at, so.
I would agree. I would agree. And to all you freshmen, have a good year.
Keep your head up.
And that's been our show for tonight. Any last thoughts, Colin?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have a couple words I'd like to speak about before I leave tonight. So I'm going to speak a little bit about what I think is wrong with people in general sometimes. So I'm going to begin now. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville 9 that day. The score stood 4-2 with but 1 inning to play. And then when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to that hope which springs in the eternal human breast. They thought if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. Our national pastime can teach us a lot about who we are. We can all imagine ourselves in Casey's shoes as he attempts to bring the Mudville 9 back from 2 down. The thrill of carrying your team back from a deficit is exciting. We want this in our everyday lives as well. Whether it is writing the A+ paper, giving the big presentation, or making new friends, we all get the same feeling of 2 out with the bases loaded, one way or another. All too often in the process, we act like Casey does. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing and a smile at Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger to the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. Overconfidence can be a dangerous thing. While many Americans at times emphasize the supremacy of our nation, myself included, we need to be aware that this belief has only gotten us into trouble. Machiavellian thought says, the ends justify the means. While that may be so, we need to be sure to approach the way we do things carefully. Being confident is not a bad trait to have. In fact, we tend to ally confidence with leadership. It only becomes a problem when someone or a group of people believe that nothing can stop them from succeeding. As college students, we need to use the tools we are given to gain the confidence to move up the totem pole. But unlike generations before us, we need to make sure that when we get to the top of the pole, that we don't believe we are invincible. Many would say the Bush administration's overconfidence in their Iraq plan is why they have met such a large insurgency. Confidence is an important trait to have and gain, but overconfidence is unmerited no matter what position you hold. Oh, somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright, the band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light, and somewhere men are laughing, and little children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out.
And that concludes our show tonight. Thank you for joining us. I would like to thank Nigel Franklin and Anthony Edwards, Nick Troiano, and Julie Mills.
We'd also like to thank Georgette Spanja. And we'd love to thank our whole crew, Molly Swade, Laura Gibson, Josh Rothman, Christina Bartol, everybody back there. Thanks so much. Tune in next week on Year to Date.
Here on ATV at 9 p.m. Sunday nights. See you next week.